Today, April 19th, Wednesday, 9 a.m. Call this meeting to order. We're going to review the minutes of March 15th into two sessions.
Ms. Vaughn, Jess and I were absent at that meeting. You might have to wait till the next one to get full.
What's that?
Ms. Vaughn, Jess and I were absent at that meeting. I think you're gonna have to wait until Mr. Gomes is back to approve them minutes.
Okay. Did you ask any questions on them?
Oh, I have no questions. It looks good, but I can't approve them. I wasn't here.
Okay. Then we'll have to hold minutes.
Can Jerome approve them, but he wouldn't have a second, right? Can Jerome approve them, but then he wouldn't have a second?
Mr. Racine can second the motion, but I think you want 3 signatures on it to approve.
Okay,
Joy.
okay. So we'll table that until the next meeting?
We'll hold it for the next one. Okay, bills and communications and a warrant, please.
I only have one question on the warrant. Gary, the pace, $4,500.
Yes, that's the auditor. He,
Okay.
we get audited every year, so we had just finished up on our audit.
Very good. I didn't recognize the name.
Yeah.
Motion to approve the warrant.
Second.
All in favor? Motion passes. Director's report. Followed by discussion.
So vacancies are pretty high right now. We had 7. We just rented 2 apartments. We currently have 5. We have 3 more downstairs apartments open. We have upstairs people going to move into the downstairs apartments, and then we have those that we have to finish. Mike's been working like nonstop. A lot of them need the new tub surrounds. He's putting in new kitchen cabinets, countertops, and the ceilings that were bad. He's putting the slat boards in the ceiling. They look excellent done, but it is taking a little bit more time. Department of Housing is working with us. We have actually taken a few apartments offline so we don't get any written up in our reports that our apartments aren't done on time. So they are working with us. We've also had the sheriff's program here to help just clean the apartments, paint, while Doug and Mike are here doing the construction part. So we're hoping to have everything, all the apartments done by hopefully June, the beginning of July. So this is probably the biggest turnover at once we've had since I've been here, so.
Question. Are you allowing the people from upstairs to move downstairs just as a courtesy, or do you have to?
We have to, so they have to have a doctor's note. There was a list, we had 3 people on the list,
Okay.
and because 3 apartments have opened downstairs, our list now is done.
I just asked because I know that means you got to remodel 2 apartments at the
Yes.
same time instead of 1.
Yeah, they can't just move down unless they have a hardship or they have a doctor's note stating they have a medical reason, and everybody, some of the people have been here for quite a while, definitely need to come downstairs, so.
Okay.
So that's working on that. The next item on the agenda is vote to approve the new director's contract. I've had a contract with you, Department of Housing wouldn't sign it because they wanted all the directors to use a specific contract. It did go to court, it got thrown out of court, so now Department of Housing is giving us till May 12th to get all the directors' contracts signed by the board and agreed upon with Department of Housing. So I have the new contract here. It's basically their lingo. So they're awarding you the contract. It's not the exact contract as last time. So as far as the salary, it's just a salary calculation sheet. We can't get paid any more than the salary calculation worksheet. Our accountant has been in London, so she put the calculation worksheet together for the budget. That might be a little higher because of the new rates were effective July 1st, 2023. So I just asked the board to approve a contract starting today, ending June 30th, 2028, would be a 5-year contract at the director salary calculation sheet amount. That is right now, we do have Swansea. We'll see how it goes. We're going to relook at the contract in December for Swansea. I think we're going to keep going forward at this point with Swansea. So right now, I just asked the board to approve the 5-year contract at the director's salary calculation sheet amount.
Do we have that? I don't see one here.
I I just actually, they just sent them all to me. They're large. It basically just states, in the amount, now, everything's so different now that there's managed contracts, and some housing authorities have them, some do not. The old contract didn't allow for DHC to step in during certain things. There's a lot of directors out there that have done, certain things that their contract protected them. DHCD wants it, an open contract where if the board, keeps protecting the director, they can actually come in and say, these are the things that aren't going right. That's why the directors were really they went to court with it. So.
How come they make it 5 years?
You can do anything. You can do 1, 3, or 5.
Okay.
Yep. So you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the last time you approved a 5, and I was just asking for another 5-year contract. I'm not sure if I'll be here that long. Have you retired before that? But just in case.
The required hours 32, does that include Swansea or is that just Acushnet?
Here, Acushnet is just 18. So with Swansea, it brings it up to 32.
I thought so.
Yeah.
But the contract's under Acushnet for both?
Yeah, the contract is under Acushnet, and we have Acushnet has the contract with Swansea. So if Swansea did end, of course, it would have to go back down to the director calculation sheet for just the 18 hours and the amount of units we have here in Acushnet.
That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
This contract says 32 hours, and if we don't have Swansea anymore, it won't be, so.
Yeah.
Is
So
there anything in here?
that's why you're voting with the calculation sheet, because if we do give up Swansea, then it goes back to the 18 hours, and the calculation sheet would be the amount of projects we have, which would be this in Garfield Street, and the amount of units we have here, which is 68. So, Swansea definitely has been a benefit to the authority. Our checkbook is almost over $25,000 in just what the housing authority gets alone. It is a lot of work. I definitely put in more than 32 hours a week, but the contract only allows for the 32 hours.
How are things going on Garfield Street? Anything?
Things are going pretty good over there.
Good.
Yep.
Everybody okay?
Garfield Street is the house we have that we rent to the Department of Mental Health.
Is
Yeah.
everybody okay with 5-year, or do you wanna just do it as we go, year by year, whereas when on the fence with Swansea, or? I don't know.
Swansea,
What's that?
You're not asking about Swansea.
Oh, yeah, it's up to you. I don't foresee us getting rid of Swansea. I'm not gonna lie, Swansea, it needs a lot of work over there, and I think it's gonna take quite a while to fix it.
Yeah, that's right, we got into it because you wanted the extra time. If you're not happy with it and not wanna rebid it next year,
Yeah,
then maybe we should just, go year to year for now with the contract, I don't know. Not because
yeah.
we don't wanna have you next year. you know,
Yeah, no,
so
I totally
there's
understand.
No issue.
But that contract is with Acushnet, not with Swansea.
I realize, but it does have wording and language in there that
Yeah,
the hours cover for Swansea too, so.
Yeah.
But if that changes, it automatically.
It's
yeah.
automatic.
The director's calculation sheet would not allow me to get paid that much money.
Whatever the board sees fit, I'm fine with.
If you wanna do 1 year, and then we can just,
What's he
whatever you guys.
Just looking to see what he's thinking on this.
What about the 2 then, if we're worried, 2 or 3?
Yeah, well, I'll make a motion, renew the contract for 2 years at this time.
Okay.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Next item up on the agenda, is a vote to purchase directors and officers insurance. I've been here for 13 years, we've never carried it in Acushnet. We've had a lawsuit, it was covered by Department of Housing, Swansea, other housing authorities, and this only came up because the policy came up for renewal in Swansea, and we renewed it in Swansea. I did talk to the insurance company, it's $1,400 a year, and it protects me as the director and you as board members. They strongly suggest we have it. I don't know why Acushnet's never carried it in the past, but it's something that most other housing authorities do carry. I just was,
If it's needed, why isn't it mandatory?
I have no idea.
The regular town insurance doesn't cover it, there's not a blanket over us.
I know the Department of Housing didn't cover me, I had to hire my own lawyer, so that might have taken effect in, we've had issues in the past. So I think it's great that not only will it cover me, it does cover the offices and
Make a
directors.
motion to make sure that we're covered.
Okay.
Second.
Yeah.
All right.
We have a motion and a second, Mr. Ricin.
Motion passes.
Next on the agenda is to vote to acknowledge and approve wage match V2 updated forms in 2023. All local housing authorities are required to execute the wage match acknowledgement regarding confidentiality and information and Department of Revenue disclosures and security training for safeguarding information. The board is just acknowledging, making a motion to acknowledge that we know a non-compliance may affect our performance management review and agreed upon procedures, which is our PMR, both audits from DHC and our audit from our AUP. So this is just acknowledging, the board is making a motion acknowledging that we are gonna be taking courses and we are gonna be doing a wage match for each tenant. What that means is every year we do a rent recertification, and now we have to put everybody into the computer. Some people may have jobs not reporting it, so it will actually pull up with the DOR all of their income. So a lot of housing authorities are missing out on a lot of rent because people aren't being honest. So it's just acknowledging that we're going to be doing wage matches every year, and that will be following all the safeguarding information that Department of Housing wants us to follow. It does have to have a board vote acknowledging that we will be doing this every year.
Make a motion to approve the wage match.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes.
And the whole business, I just have the Swansea Housing Authority just, still doing, still doing things, still doing business. I'm over there most of the time. Nancy is mostly here because we hired somebody in Swansea now. That's coming from the Swansea budget. It doesn't affect us. She's there 4 days a week. So I've kind of been going back and forth every day, just doing the management part of the authorities. Eventually, Nancy will go to Swansea 1 day a week. The girl from Swansea will come here. That way we can all cover each other's shifts in case there's vacations or somebody may go out on sick leave. Everybody will know every aspect of each housing authority. And that's it. That's all I have.
And the new hire is still at the same hours.
I still have the same hours, yes. She's 18 hours there. We split the resident service grant, so part of her time is going to be doing office work and part of her time is going to be doing resident service. We haven't really started much. Since we've gotten there, it's been one thing after the other. The community center flooded. It had to be totally taken apart. We're actually working in an office out of an apartment. It hasn't been fun, but eventually it will all come back, to normal.
So, Nancy won't have the house anymore?
Nancy will go there probably 1 day a week, but she's going to spend most of her time. This is going to be her home base, and Swansea is going to be Kelly's home base. But we're going to just kind of go back and forth so everybody knows where all the files are, where get to know tenants. That way, in case any of us have to be out, we can all cover each other.
Very good.
Yep. Same with maintenance. We did inspections there last month. Mike came and helped us do inspections. We've had some issues over there that Mike's had to go and help out on. Also, eventually, we have some issues here. Lance has some certain knowledge of other things that he can come here and help us with. So it's definitely been, once everything's perfect, it's gonna be a perfect world, but it's gonna take at least a year to get us to where it's gonna work smooth.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay. So that's it for you?
That's it for me.
Could I have a motion to approve the director's report?
Motion made.
Second.
All in favor? Motion passes. We don't have a maintenance man here today?
Nope, we don't, but I can give you a little report on all the stuff he's been doing.
Okay.
Like I said, he's been doing apartments, turnovers. We did have, I think $9,000 in our turnover budget, that's why we're replacing countertops. The ceilings in all the bathrooms, we've had that on hold due to COVID. He's been going into the apartments and fixing the ceilings with, almost looks like,
Somebody gave him some good advice.
yeah, some guy gave some great advice.
He's putting PVC ceilings in, so that, there's no sheet rock there anymore, you won't have to replace them in the future.
And we don't have to worry about the water in the shower, like going in and constantly painting them. It's easy to clean. The tenants are super happy. It looks very, very nice.
No
So,
doubt.
so on top of all that, he has been going in and fixing everything. So he's definitely been busy around here. We have called our per diem maintenance person to help. Part of his salary we're paying right now is going to be out of the amount the board allocated for a year for per diem, but most of it right now is coming out of the turnover money. We can pay somebody to come in and help, so it's not really affecting our budget too much having Doug here helping. There's no way one person can do 7 apartments on their own. Never mind, change the countertop and like I said, a lot of the tubs that the tiles have fallen out, or if my notices they're loose, we're just taking the whole wall down, or they are, going all the way down to the studs. We putting in insulation and putting in a 3-piece system, and it looks really nice, and it's going to be great for maintenance going forward, because he's not going to have to worry about grouting between each tile after the apartments are turned over. And it's easier for the tenants, because all we have to do is just grout around the edges, and it's nice and easy for them to clean, because it's one solid piece.
Do you have a certain time that you have to have the apartment ready?
So technically, they give you a 30 days, but we can, there's a new system now, it's HAFIS, we go in and we ask for an extension and we have to give them a reason. So each time every apartment's come open, I've gone in and, let them know that we have 7 apartments, I'll let them know if the tub needs to be done, countertop, and they'll give us anywhere from a 1 month to a 6-month extension. We've asked for almost 3 months on each apartment, just because there's so many of them.
Yeah,
And spring's coming, grass, everything else, so.
that's going to be a record, that maybe, that's,
We've had 7 in 1 year, it's never 7 at once,
yeah,
so.
okay.
And we also work in Nancy, who's been taking a lot of champ classes. We've hired somebody with some of the Swansea money we're getting to do our screening, because that was taking most of our time. Like, I'm here 18 hours, she's here 16 hours, and I think we were both putting all our time in just screening applicants. So now we've hired somebody that just screens the applicants. So we can call and let them know that we have an apartment open, they get everything ready, and then Nancy takes it from there and follows through to rent out the apartments. So that's definitely gave us some more time in the office to do the other office stuff.
Yeah. And any questions for the maintenance girl?
Now, it sounds like about 6 weeks we should be back on track.
Yes, we're open.
Yeah. Very good. One more questions? Motion to accept the report?
Motion, I make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Yeah. Content?
Last month, it was mentioned that there's gonna be no parking in front of all the buildings. Is those gonna be like a pole type sign, like a speed limit?
All the signs are already up.
Oh. Okay, there's a sign that says no parking on the pole in front of 18, but it's so high, I don't think anybody can see it.
Yeah. We've been putting letters on everybody's cars. There's no parking anyway in a fire lane. We've been having, some of the tenants have been upset because they park there and they, they say they only go into their apartments for 5 minutes, but they definitely go in there longer. And the police have been tagging people. It was nothing to do with us. We didn't call. There was an incident here where the fire department was here, the ambulance, and there was a car parked. 2 cars parked in the fire lane, they couldn't get through, so now they're coming through tagging people. We have, they realize we have a parking lot and people should be parking in it. Some people are still having a hard time. Some of the workers are giving us a hard time. We're getting attitudes from families because they don't want to park there and walk to their apartments, but that they have to. I mean, they wouldn't want their mom to be in a building if the ambulance was trying to get them out of the front door and somebody was parked right in front of it, so.
They'll get the hang of it.
Yep.
There's another comment I have to make, but there's nothing that presidential terrorists can do about it. But there's a car that's parked on the west side of the entrance, but not on the property, that I feel would interfere with the fire trucks responding, especially the trucks. The car's in such a position that the fire trucks will have to stop, back up, whatever, just to get through to answer the emergency response. If there's something, a letter from the board that be sent to the fire department to make that homeowner aware of the car interfering with a truck coming in and interfering with the free access to the property.
Sounds like he's saying down by the entrance.
Yeah, so
I never seen an issue with this.
I'm not so sure that vehicle parking there is a homeowner. I think it's a tenant's child that's parking there and thinks that because it's not a fire lane that, they can get away with parking between the two. Technically, it's not a fire lane,
It's like a visitor, but it'd be the worst scenario, the fire truck trying to come in, the car there, where the fire truck have to back up to get in here to help the medical emergency.
I think that's definitely fire department.
Yep, we can call them and have them come out.
I was gonna suggest you just call the chief and tell him at his leisure, take a look at it. If he thinks it's a problem, he'll put another line in.
Yep, we can actually put another pole
It's
there.
just an observation on my part, and I'm concerned that the fire truck would try to man that, back up, whatever, to answer the emergency, and the vehicle doesn't know it's in the way.
Okay, I will definitely give them a call.
Just a suggestion on my part, based on my observation. But it's not there all the time, it's just sporadic, the timing would be wrong.
Alright. Anything else?
That's the only comment I have.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, let's see, the next meeting will be May 17th. Is that okay with everybody?
Make a motion to adjourn.
A second.
Yes, sir.
Second.
All in favor?
That's crazy.